All right, we begin in the eastern part of the continent on the Star in Kenya this morning and share with you what we can find there. It says their new motion to deny Uhuru and Raila pension. That's an interesting one there. Of course, remember that there has been some type of ceasefire between the Azimio la Umoja, of course, protesting, and of course, William Ruto. It says here, new motion to deny Uhuru and Raila pension. Outfits participating in anti-government demos could be denied political parties' funds. That's in pages 4 and 5 of the Star this morning. Also, Pastor Ezekiel to spend 2 more days in police custody. We, of course, are still following up on the story of the, more than 100 bodies that have been found after they, of course, were buried and committed suicide according to their pastor's teachings. It's still an investigation or an allegation at this point. We can also find here Kenya receives 408 billion shillings loan to ease the cost of living, and also billions at risk. Senators launch probe into alleged hacking of I think this IFMIS. The National Treasury officials are on the spot over alleged interference with the automated financial system as senators open a probe into alleged hacking of the system. For everyone who has money in that system, they should be scared. But these are the stories that we can find on the Star newspapers this morning in Kenya. Of course, pictures of the protests over there on your screen a couple of weeks ago. These are the major stories this morning on the Star.
All right, let's move on to Daily Monitor. That's our next port of call. And next point of call. This says Angola killer was a reject. On the front page there, you could see the murdered minister. Angola killer was a reject from 1958 to 2023. And let's take a look at the inside. The box there gives us a clear explanation of what took place. Killer bodyguard had been with minister for only 3 weeks. Only 3 weeks as concerning what took place, as purported by many who had said that he was always with him. No, it's only 3 weeks, so let's take note of that. Lango mourns death of a gentle giant tree, a peace-loving son of the soil. Angola shooting worries ministers, ask for checks on guards. The painful life we go through, drivers, guards speak out. So this is given some of the drivers, the security guards who do work with these officials an opportunity and a window for them to come out to speak as well. There are cases of not getting paid on time, not being paid. There was also an eyewitness who came out to speak anonymously that the security guard who had committed the crime and also killed himself by committing suicide as well had initially stated that he wasn't paid and that his children were not going to school. But we're not passing that as a reason for you to actually carry on or carry out that kind of like a nefarious act. At least you should remember that life truly matters. But that's the story you can read up inside. You find more stories concerning the tragic situation. It says God from Hell, Minister Charles Okele Angola loses his life to the person assigned to secure him. Pages 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are dedicated to this story inside of the Daily Monitor. So if you pick the Daily Monitor, you'll read everything concerning how it went down, what took place, and the likes. I'll take one more story. World Press Freedom Day. Democracy dies in darkness. Our freedom, page 7 and 12. World Press Freedom Day. Democracy dies in darkness. That's exactly what the pages 7 and 12 has got to say. So you can pick up Daily Monitor and do more reading.
All right, now let's move to Nigeria this morning. Very sad story there with the killing in Uganda. But let's move to Nigeria this morning and see what we can find on the Punch newspapers. It says that Tinubu's victory. Legal battle begins Monday as tribunal hears petitions. It's going to be very interesting. I remember Femi Fallon or SAN, I believe, or someone else, had called that the tribunal be aired live on national television.
Femi Fallon, yeah.
Yes, so that Nigerians can see how things turn out and hear the arguments of both legal teams. Well, more than one legal team, because remember there's a petition from the Labour Party, there's petitions from the People's Democratic Party, and of course the defense from the All Progressives Congress, and I think from INEC also. So it's going to be very interesting. Nigerians will definitely love to see these things play out live. All right, still on the Punch newspapers this morning. Of course, more writers to that story. APC expresses readiness says it is aware of hearing dates. PDP and Atiku will emerge victorious. Legal team tells Nigerians. Ooh. External debt. Federal government deducts 78 billion naira from state allocations. Controversial Adamawa REC detained, insists Binani won poll. And just to clarify that there is really no need for all the drama surrounding this. You know, the Electoral Act simply states that a person who calls out an election, electoral officer who calls an election results or fake election results, will get 500,000 naira fine or 12 months in jail or both. I don't know why we're going in circles around this. Simply just put it into play. All right. Deadly noodles. NAFDAC takes probe of factories to factories and markets. Evacuated Nigerians stranded at Egypt border. Gbajabiamila Miller orders probe. And also 792 Nigerians abducted in the first quarter, says the report. Ogun Rep-elect activists clash in traffic over broken car mirror. So what that is about. And also, I have delivered on change agenda, says Buhari. And that's on page 2 of the Punch newspapers. These are the major stories on the Punch, but we're still here in Nigeria and we're moving to the Daily Times next.
All right, moving to the Daily Times. Let's take a look at what the stories are indeed saying on the front page. And that big one, no regrets announcing Binani as winner, says arrested REC and Ari. Remember that he was, they were looking for him and he's been found. He's been found. He wasn't lost, but he's been found. And he's come out to say that he has no regrets whatsoever in announcing Binani as winner. Well, while we demolished Ajao estate buildings in Lagos, you find that story inside of the Daily Times. House summons Foreign Affairs Minister Nidcom Neymar over Nigerians in Sudan. There were purported statements that the Nidcom boss had tweeted concerning picking people according to state of origin, and later she deleted that tweet. We did try to go to the Twitter space to find that tweet, but it was deleted. This is in line with mentions that a certain tribe was being left behind while the evacuation process was ongoing, and this is brought to the fore why such should have been done. Everyone is a Nigerian, but anyway, we'll get into details of that. E-Naira transaction up to 100%. The CBN monitors 7,552 BVNs. The central bank is still looking at the smooth input of the e-Naira into the economy and its usage. Well, you can read up about it. Senate directs Aviation Minister to hold planned demolition of agencies and offices. Senate directs Aviation Minister to hold planned demolition of agencies, offices. That's all that we do have on the front page of the Daily Times.
All right, and of course, Yunusa Ari says no regrets announcing Binani as winner. Shouldn't have any regrets either when he's, sentenced to 12 months in jail or has to pay a 500,000 naira fine. I really feel, I don't know if there needs to be some adjustments with the fines, and the punishments, that we hear sometimes. You hear some really, really shocking offenses, and you hear that the fine is 100,000 naira or 6 months in jail or some really, really frivolous thing like that. And you hear someone still, $1 billion naira, but you can simply pay $1 million naira, fine or 12 months in jail or both. Which, I don't know. I think that there needs to be some adjustments, but that's left for the Nigerian constitution to be adjusted if need be.